Colonial trade versus industrial trade. Europe and America compared for centuries. Europe and America shaped global trade, but they did it in very different ways. One relied on colonies, empires, and controlled routes. The other rose through industry, mass production, and corporate power. To understand modern global trade, we need to look back at how these two systems began. Europe's colonial trade system from the 15th to the 19th century. Europe dominated global trade through colonial empires. Countries like Britain, Spain, France, Portugal, and the Netherlands built vast overseas territories across Africa, Asia, and the Americas. European trade during this era was state-driven. Governments controlled shipping routes, imposed tariffs, and granted monopolies to powerful trading companies such as the British East India Company and the Dutch VOC. The system was simple but brutal. Colonies supplied raw materials, sugar, cotton, spices, silver, and rubber. Europe processed these materials into manufactured goods. Finished products were sold back to colonies and global markets. This created enormous wealth for Europe, but at a high human cost. Colonial trade depended on forced labor, slavery, and resource extraction, leaving many regions underdeveloped. Trade was not free. It was controlled, protected, and enforced by naval power. America's industrial trade model, the United States, entered global trade much later. Instead of building a vast colonial empire, America focused on industrialization. During the 19th century, the U.S. invested heavily in factories, railroads, steel, oil, and machinery. Large-scale agriculture. American trade was market-driven, not empire-driven. Rather than controlling territories, the U.S. exported manufactured goods, technology, and later financial power. Corporations replaced colonial companies. Brands, industries, and innovation became America's trade weapons. By the early 20th century, America had become one of the world's largest industrial producers, capable of supplying global demand without colonies. Two systems, two philosophies. Europe's colonial trade focused on control of land, control of resources, control of trade routes. America's industrial trade focused on scale, mass production, efficiency, global markets. Europe built trade through empires. America built trade through industry and corporations. Even today, these differences remain. The European Union emphasizes trade agreements, regulations, and integration. The United States emphasizes corporate influence, market access, and technological dominance. The legacy today. Modern global trade is a blend of both systems. Colonial trade shaped global inequalities. Industrial trade shaped modern capitalism. Understanding the difference between Europe and America's trade histories helps explain why supply chains exist where they do, why some nations industrialized faster than others, and why economic power remains uneven. Closing. Europe ruled the world through colonies and ships. America ruled the world through factories and machines. Two paths, two philosophies, one global economy shaped by both. And the system we live in today is the result of that history. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to Manta Education to stay updated on our latest information. Thank you.